evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special segment on tectonic boundaries and their impact on our planet. I am Jannah Valeros.
And I'm Lana. We're here to bring you the latest insights into the movement of Earth's crust and how it shapes the world we live in. Let's dive right in.
First up is the convergent boundaries, where two plates crash into each other. These collisions may take a million of years, but they have the dramatic effects.
That's right, Jannah. When an oceanic plate meets a continental plate, the denser oceanic plate is forced downward into the Earth's interior. This process, known as subduction, leads to mountain formation, earthquakes, and even volcanic eruptions.
A perfect example of this is the collisions between the Nazca Plate and the South America Plate, which gave rise to the towering Andes Mountains and the deep trench of the Pacific coast.
And let's not forget, this intense activity also results in powerful earthquakes that shake the region.
Moving on to the divergent boundaries, these occur where tectonic plates pull apart and creating new crusts.
Picture this. As the plate separates, magma rises to fill the gap, forming a rift valley and even underwater mountain ranges. This is happening right now along mid-Atlantic Ridge, causing the Atlantic Ocean to widen by about 2 centimeters each year.
That's a slow but constant process, and it also means earthquake and volcanic activities along the ridge.
Now, let's talk about transform boundaries, where plates slide past each other.
Unlike convergent and divergent boundaries, transform boundaries don't create mountains or volcanoes, but they do cause an earthquake.
One of the most famous transform boundaries in the world is the San Andreas Fault in California. The western part of California is slowly moving northward, so much so that in 10 million years, Los Angeles and San Francisco will be neighbors.
That's incredible, but this movement comes at a cost. Earthquakes, one of the most devastating ones, hit in San Francisco in 1906, causing widespread destruction.
And finally, let's talk about volcanoes. Most volcanic activity is linked to the movement of tectonic plates.
Magma rises when plates collide or move apart, and when it reaches the surface, it erupts as a lava. These eruptions not only shape landscape but also impact communities living nearby.
From the Pacific Ring of Fire to the Hawaiian Islands, volcanoes remind us of the immense power beneath our feet.
That's all for tonight's special on tectonic activity. The Earth may seem solid, but its surface is always shifting and changing.
Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for more updates on the world around us. Good night and stay safe.
Are you decide? Ours don't have to.
Today, we have Dr. Simon, a geologist specializing in mineral exploration and mining. Dr. Simon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to discuss the fascinating process of mineral extraction.
So, Dr. Simon, how do you extract minerals?
So, for that question, we use our knowledge of Earth's crust and how minerals form. And then by analyzing these geological maps, rock formations, and geophysical surveys, we estimate where mineral deposits might be. Sometimes we also use satellite imagery and soil sampling to refine our search.
Once a possible deposit is identified, what comes next?
The next step is drilling or tunneling to collect samples. Now, these samples are analyzed in laboratories to determine the composition and concentration of minerals present. If the deposit is valuable and abundant, mining operations can begin.
So, what are the different these minerals are mining?
Well, there are two main types. We have surface mining and subsurface mining.
Can you explain surface mining?
Sure. Of course, surface mining is used when the minerals are near the surface. It's more common because, of course, it's less expensive. However, the overlying soil and rock layers called the overburden must be removed first. Now, there are two types of surface mining. First, we have open pit mining and strip mining. Now, the difference between these two is that open pit mining, we create a large pit or a quarry. Then we extract minerals like iron, copper, stone, and gravel. Now, on the other hand, strip mining, we a trench is dug to remove minerals. Then a new trench is dug to parallel it. Now, we place the overburden into the previous trench, forming a spoil bank.
So, Dr. Simon, and what about the subsurface mining?
Subsurface mining, it's used when the minerals are too deep for surface mining. Now, if surface mining targets the minerals near the surface, a subsurface requires a more deep mining. Now, while it disturbs the land less, it's more expensive and hazardous. The risk includes cave-ins, explosions, and of course lung diseases from prolonged dust exposure. Like surface mining, we also have two main methods for subsurface mining. First, we have shaft mining and slope mining. Now, shaft mining is a vertical shaft is drilled directly to the ore, and the minerals are hoisted to the surface. Now, slope mining, there is a slanted passage that allows miners to transport or using cars. Do you know the cartoons that when they are in a cave, they have these rails that lead to the end of the mine. This is an example of slope mining.
After minerals are mined, what happens next?
Well, the minerals undergo the processing where impurities are removed. And then the purified mineral is then used to manufacture products from electronics to construction materials.
It is amazing how much work goes into obtaining and refining minerals. Thank you, Dr. Simon, for sharing your expertise.
It's my pleasure. Understanding these processes helps us appreciate how the resources were used daily and the efforts involved in obtaining them.
So, are you decide?
Hi everyone! Today, we're going to explore something that's happening all around us even though we rarely notice it. The rock cycle. Rocks may seem permanent, but they are constantly changing over time. There are three main types of rocks in this cycle. First, we have the igneous, then the sedimentary, and lastly, the metamorphic. First, we have the igneous rocks. These form when magma, which is molten rock from beneath the surface, cools and solidifies. If it cools slowly underground, it forms large crystals, like granite. But if it cools quickly on the surface, it forms fine-grained rocks like basalt. Next, we have the sedimentary rocks. These form when rocks are weathered and eroded into small particles, which are then carried by the wind, water, or ice. Over time, these layers compact and cement together, forming rocks like sandstone and limestone. Then finally, there are metamorphic rocks. These form when igneous or sedimentary rocks are buried deep underground and exposed to intense heat and pressure. This changes their structure, creating rocks like marble from limestone or slate from shale. But here's the cool part. The cycle never ends. Igneous rocks can break down into sediments, and sedimentary rocks can be transformed under pressure, and metamorphic rocks can even melt back into magma, starting the process all over again. And that's the rock cycle. A continuous process shaping our planet one rock at a time.
In today's session, we'll be talking about the fun facts about the useful minerals and its benefits. Minerals are essential nutrients that support various bodily functions, so let's explore some fascinating minerals and their incredible benefits. First, we have calcium. Did you know calcium is the most abundant mineral in the human body? Primarily found in bones and teeth? Why? Because it is essential for muscle function and nerve signaling that helps in blood clotting processes. Second, we have iron. Did you know iron is a key component of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen? Its benefits is that it is vital for energy production and metabolism, prevents anemia, which can cause fatigue and weakness. Third, we have the magnesium. Did you know magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in our body? Because it helps regulate muscles and nerve function. It also supports a healthy immune system and bone integrity that aids in energy production that helps manage blood sugar levels. Fourth, we have zinc. Did you know zinc is a trace mineral? Meaning the body only needs it in small amounts, but it plays a huge role in our health. Why? Because it supports the immune system and helps wound heal faster. It's also important for DNA synthesis and cell division that contributes to skin health and may help with our acne. Fifth, we have the potassium. Did you know potassium is often called the forgotten mineral, but is crucial for our heart health? Why? Because it regulates fluid balance and muscle contractions that help maintain healthy blood pressure levels and supports proper function of our kidneys. Last, we have the selenium. Did you know selenium is an antioxidant that protects cells from damage, that plays a role in thyroid function and metabolism? It also supports immune health and may reduce inflammation that is important for reproductive health and may enhance fertility. Remember that these minerals are vital for our overall health and well-being, including a variety of mineral-rich foods in your diet, like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and lean meats that can help ensure you get these essential nutrients. So, the next time you enjoy a meal, think about the amazing minerals working hard to keep your body healthy.
Hello, friends! Ready for a new adventure? Today, we're going to learn everything about minerals. Do you know what